Green light. Go, go,
Green
go.
flag waves at Imola, and we do have a drive-through for Conti down at P21. Topinka's had an alright start. Further back, Rebecci now under threat from Hosco in the back, and there it seems to be a huge crash in the background. Not sure who that is. Rebecci gets through safely. Hosco drops down a position on Jordan, who sneaks through in the other BMW. 27 cars through somewhat safely. Looks like, yes, there is very little going on in the background. No, there is a lot. There's Lewin facing the wrong direction, a couple cars coming past. Simmons also involved. We'll have a look at that incident a little later on. Simmons now making a move on Pinel down in P24, and that has not gone well for a couple of drivers right at the back of the class. Oh my goodness, there's a move from Simmons now on Pinel down the inside of turn 7. Doesn't get it done. Looks like it. We can see some other drivers in the foreground. They're still side by side though. Coming into turns 8 and 9. Pinel around the outside. How will the Mercedes do? Down into the braking. Enough space left by the AM driver for the Pro-Am driver. They're still side by side coming into Aqua Minerali now. Riley, of course, does have that inside line, but no, the Mercedes, the later braking just gets there, just about keeps it out of the back of the rust bucket just ahead. Like a move from Jordan potentially into turn 2. He's got the slipstream from the McLaren, goes around the outside. Rebecci is defending that position. They're not quite side by side, and Rebecci did a good job of it. But on the exit, that BMW has got some power around the outside of turn 4 into the gravel slightly. But unfortunately, that meant he has to drop back in behind the McLaren. And now Lagan and Simmons for P18, two different classes. This is going to be an easy move for Morris. He's got the slipstream. Goes down the inside early for turn 2, and he's probably passed by the time they hit the braking zone. Not quite yet. He does have his nose ahead though, so he has essentially claimed that corner, and he is just ahead by the time they hit. Some good progress on Fox. Actually, no, sorry, this is Fox and Simmons now. Simmons in the Mercedes having a look down the inside of Fox into turn 14, into the chicane, bouncing over the sausage curves, but he gets it stopped just in time. An entertaining overtake by the man in that black Mercedes. Good performance from him down in P17 now. In the McLaren, this could potentially develop into a four-way battle. Pfeiffer having a look. He's just keeping Hubin on his toes. Going around the outside. Oh my goodness, Van Lagen's there though, so he can't quite go for the outside line. Good reaction speed from the Ferrari. That does mean he has got that. They just can't end up making any good progress on the field to eventually challenge for higher positions in their own class. So there we go, Simmons down the inside of turn 9. Looked like Manchip was just given the position back. Good awareness there. Great change of positions. Meanwhile, Fox is under pressure from Taylor now on the exit of turn 12 now into turn 13, 14 and 15. And that is Taylor ahead by the time they hit the chicane. You can see Simmons just in the background there. He's also going to be making progress on here, but to be fair, there isn't much of a difference in the gap between Pfeiffer and Hubin down in P21. There does now though. Hubin's had a rough exit on turn 7, and Pfeiffer needs to take some sort of action. He's now got the inside line into turn 8, almost a switcheroo there. Hubin just making Pfeiffer think for a second that he was going to dive down the inside, but it didn't work. That is Pfeiffer up into P2 for his class. How does he fare? Where will Jackson go? Is he going to defend? Is he going to just go around the outside? Jackson defending, making Schubert go the long way round. And there we go, good defense from the purple Ferrari. Put his car right in the middle of the track, but of course, Schubert might still have a run at him into turn 5. 0.2 seconds separating these two now. Coming through Aqua Minerali. It's been a good exit for Schubert though. Jackson going on the defensive really early. He's gone for a really tight line. He's forcing Schubert to go the long way around all the time. So at the moment, Jackson is just holding up that blue and red Ferrari. Coming through the exit though, it is smoother for Schubert, but ultimately it's just higher speed on the exit for Morris in the Ferrari as well. We've seen some moves from Morris and from Simmons as well. Simmons now looking for a position in the Pro-Am class. They are using that slipstream to the uttermost amount. There is Simmons down the inside into turn 2. Does he get it done? There's a little bit of contact there. Morris veering off into the grass, now into the gravel, just so he doesn't hit Simmons. And that is a lot of things happening all at once. Taylor slips past Simmons now. Taylor getting involved in that battle. Now down the inside into turn 5. He's making Novell think, but Novell doesn't really fall for it. But that is his line scuppered, and that is Taylor now with a good exit, potentially. No, he gets caught up on. Taylor just says, hi, I'll take that position away as well. So a good four-way battle there, but unfortunately it has been another one of those battles. Oh my goodness, Morris right up on the back of Taylor. The two yellow cars now. Taylor going down the inside. Novell trying to squeeze him, coming into turn 14 on the defensive. Ultimately, what can he do? He can do nothing, but Taylor's gone wide on the exit, and that is Novell being hit in the rear by Morris. A disappointing sequence of events for that Porsche driver. So both Taylor and Morris have now got past the yellow Porsche. That is again just an unfortunate sequence of events for the driver, down in P15 at the moment. But here we are, back up again at the top. There's the move from Rebecci down the inside into Pinker. Now he's back around the outside. They have contact. Now Jordan's getting involved. A three-way battle for the race lead. We have waited so long for this. Turn 7, Rebecci back around the outside now in turn 7. Jordan potentially down the inside. On the exit, who was the better run? Four-way battle now for the race lead. And is this finally the time for Topinka to be overtaken by someone on fair ground? Now down the inside, they're side by side coming through. Piratella, Jordan now down the inside of Rebecci. He's trying to get involved as well, trying to have a go at Topinka. Topinka going on the defensive, and Jordan's got past that red McLaren. Oh my goodness, I'm running out of oxygen. This is just intense. We've got Marcy just behind as well on the exit of turn 13, now into the chicane. There's a little look from Rebecci, making Jordan think. At the moment, they can't afford this. They just need to get past Topinka. Jordan now also only 0.1 seconds off Topinka. Topinka now going defensive over on the left-hand side of the track. Jordan going round the outside into Ravaza. Oh my goodness, and that's a dive from Rebecci, and oh my God. I cannot believe it. What a wasted opportunity. So now Topinka now 2.5 seconds ahead of the competition. Rebecci took out Jordan. So now that opportunity is over. Marcy and Hosko now side by side. They're about to overtake Rebecci as well from P2. Hosko saying, I need space, oh my goodness. And he just keeps it out the wall. Wow, that was a tense exchange. Marcy trying to go around the outside of Hosko into turn 2. Hosko said, I need space, proceeds to bang into him. They both lose some time. Turner now under pressure from Lavagnos down at P5. This is for position. He's hit the gravel though, and that is Lavagnos pass before they even hit the braking zone for turn 7. So lots of overtaking action now up at the top of the pack. Great to see some action up here. Now about three-way battle. The three champions. Marcy now within half a second of Hosko. That BMW in the back, ready to strike again. Jackson and Schubert once again battling. Jackson going for an overtake down the inside of turn 2. They're side by side. Jackson doesn't quite have his nose down past him yet. They are virtually side by side coming into turn 2. They do touch, but there is generally a respect for space, and Schubert just ends up giving the position back to Jackson. And in that moment as well, Warburton decides to get involved. Now Schubert's on the defensive from that Mercedes 2. Jump down quickly. He's about to make an overtake on Puller at some point. I have to say, Morris is unfortunately one of those drivers where it's really unpredictable. Down the inside into turn 14 now. He's side by side into the braking zone, and he's just later on the brakes. Pro overtaking the Pro-Am, and that is Morris then up into P12. And he is only one position away again, so you've seen plenty of overtakes from him, but as I've said, all the overtakes we've seen have seemed very unpredictable. They've seemed very dangerous almost, as he goes off into the gravel occasionally. Taylor and Puller battling just behind in the background there. Now it's Morris trying to go around the outside of turn 3, now down into turn 5, and he's gone. That is Warburton, just giving him the space he needs. Meanwhile, Taylor and Fox are battling hard for P10 overall, but this is going to be P2 in the class. An ugly exit from the BMW. Not an ugly exit, I mean just a slow exit. Poor exit from Puller. So, into turn 5, Lavagnos. Oh, okay, so loss of grip, a bit of oversteer on Hosco's side, and he just lets Avanios round the outside of turn 7, so that is a position fairly given back. So slightly further down, Morris finally having a battle with Schubert now. Morris around the outside of turn 21, inside of turn 2. That looks to be a move done by the time they hit the braking zone. And yeah, finally, Morris can start fighting his own brothers and sisters up in the pro class. So that is finally Morris past a pro driver up in, which is going to be tricky. Meanwhile, Jordan down in P9, trying to make a move on Pfeiffer. And Pfeiffer, obviously, he just knows it's not really worth fighting this guy because we are in separate classes. Won't really influence us. Let's just give him the position. So easy position swap between those. White Nissan trying to make a move on Foxy in the black BMW. So I clarify that. 0.2 seconds coming into our Minerali. Just ahead, you can see Manchip right up on the tail of Malott, and looks like he has gotten past fairly easily. Malott is actually, sorry, just ahead of Fox and Conti. Oh my goodness, that was almost everyone parking on the exit. Malott causing all the traffic to slow. So Malott parking it on the exit of turn 15. Both Fox and Conti just go sailing by. So Conti now has to deal with Hosco just behind. Conti though in the AM class, Hosco in the Pro Am class. Interclass racing, there's the slipstream for Hosco. Having a look down the inside. Oh my goodness, and oh! That was almost a catastrophe for Conti. So it looked as if he was checking his spirits for a little too long and too distracted by the BMW behind, and just headed into the grass at turn 2. Here's Morris trying to make a move on Taylor on the exit of turn 4. Side by side, Morris down the inside into turn 5. Doesn't get the move done. Yes, he does. So that's Morris then up into P11. Taylor down to P11. Taylor. Woo! 0.1 seconds between them. I think we can quickly cut to these guys. Conti making a move on Taylor now, side by side, and that is a clean overtake for Conti into the chicane. Beautiful move, textbook from that Nissan driver, and that is interclass racing for you. Ruben and Conti, the two AM race leaders, need to pit though. They still have a mandatory pit stop to perform, and if they don't, that of course means their disqualification, which is a massive penalty. But Huben's gone wide into Ravazza. That's let Conti and Taylor by. So this is Conti now making a position. Now I wonder whether these two know they still need to do a pit stop. Because if they don't, then that is a catastrophe for them. Defensive driving from the man in the pink Lambo, and he has only managed to make a minute. Laps, oh my goodness, going around the outside into turn 7. Rebecci's got his nose in, oh my goodness, and they touch. The two race leaders battling hard now for the race lead overall and for their class. This potentially Topinka being beaten on fair ground by Rebecci. First time we'll see this in about 8 races. No, not quite. Under braking, that McLaren just seems so much better. But Topinka slightly sideways on the exit of turn 15. Is there a little bit of a run? Yes, there is. Rebecci now right on the slipstream, right on the rear bumper. He's going around the outside now into Ravazza, into turn 18. A little tap on the rear bumper of Topinka. And Topinka's gone wide. There's the move from Rebecci down into turn 19. Rebecci takes the race lead. Brilliant move. It's been coming for 50 minutes, and he has finally done it. That is Rebecci up into the race lead, and we have waited almost 9 races for this, but Topinka is not quite happy to let that position go so easily. Round the outside now into turn 2 goes Topinka. Oh my goodness, and he's got that move almost done. Rebecci and Topinka now side by side coming through turn 3, and Topinka has to back out on the exit of turn 3, now through turn 4. That means Rebecci is ultimately still ahead by the time they hit the end of that sequence. Oh my goodness. So right up behind, literally centimetres. Whoa! He was like, I want that racing line, you get out of the way. And that is Jordan round at turn 7. Past now Jordan making a move on Hosco, the two BMWs. Hosco, I think, lifting slightly just to let that man through. But that then does mean that he is under threat from Taylor, not far behind. Just coming into turns 14 and 15 now. Jordan, same place as Taylor. Doesn't go down the inside. He has a look, but it's not quite there yet. but we'll have to hold off on watching this battle. We can maybe come back to it, because for the first time in 9 races, someone other than Topinka is finishing the race in first place. Rebecci with an incredible run through the entire race. He has fully deserved it. It is finally Rebecci winning round 2 of season 4, and the checkered flag waves at Imola for the first time this evening. Rebecci wins round 2 of season 4. P2 Topinka, P3 Marcy, as they come across the finish line. And then it is going to be Hosko crossing the line once again for yet another race win. Good performance from the man in the BMW. Then Taylor comes across, and Muller also, I'm sure, thrilled, coming through Vaza now. And it has been a good race for 2, and well, really all 3 of our Pro-Am podium finishes. It always is for the podium finishers. So there we go, Muller now the final podium finisher for the Pro-Am class. Then Pfeiffer now coming through the final couple corners. It's taken him 2 seasons to get back into it, but he is back right up on the top step of the podium. Pfeiffer wins round 2. The checkered flag waves for our final winner of the evening, and that is Pfeiffer, then Warburton, then Lewin as our top 3 AM class drivers. What an end to tonight's race, and what a result for all our drivers here today as well.